Hello colleagues and welcome back. Thank you very much for your attention again. So now we move on to the second part of these videos, and now we're going to be looking at our expert library. And our expert library, as you can see here, we have a whole load of videos that are interactive, that allow you to share answers with different people, and you can customize content. Now obviously customizing content we've kind of talked about when we talked about tailored content. So now I'm going to be talking mainly about the kind of content we have, what it covers and what you can expect, and then how you can integrate it. And that's really, really important to us, because the most important thing I say is you can use external content alongside your own content. So if I pop along to our courses page, you'll see that it comes under 4 headings. You have accredited qualifications, you have starting your school career, developing leadership potential, and items to do with safer school. Now, in each one of these, I'm going to go through some of them, but the most important thing to think about is you don't have to have all of them or any of them. You can actually pick and choose who gets to be on what and when, whenever you need them to be on the right item. So the first section here, we have the accredited qualifications. The most popular courses we have really are probably the QTS. We work with external organizations to deliver all these. Obviously, these ones are delivered through a university, and the HLTA, which we work with certain awarding bodies, and the AET. Obviously, the range of items, and especially with international colleges and international schools, you may be more interested in looking at the DAT or looking at the IQA, etc., and understanding or looking at those areas that may support. And again, the really, really useful thing about this is you can allow people to access all the training material without them having to pay for the qualification up front if you're subscribed to our system. The second area that you'll be looking at is what we call starting our school career. And the idea here is it's got a range of items to help you prepare to be the best teacher that some of your support staff could be, or people who are just starting out in their career, or even people who've maybe recently graduated NQTs who want to go back and kind of refresh some of their skills. And as you can see, like if I just want to click on the secondary school teacher page, it gives you an idea of the course modules, and it's the same kind of items that you would cover if you were doing a standard PGCE. Of course, it's not a PGCE simply because of the accreditation, the time and the placement that you have to do alongside that, but it is the content that you would have gained if you were to go to lectures, and that's one of the reasons we do what we do. We try and take the time constraint out with what you're doing in terms of traveling to colleges, traveling to university, traveling to different items. It's all there available for you on your portal. And again, when I was ahead, this was really, really important to me, because then I could just save so much time in training, traveling to training, and actually use it for utilizing training instead. Now, the third strata of what we have is what we call developing leadership potential, and this would be people who maybe got 4 or 5 years experience thinking about how they want to be senior managers or moving into middle management, and then think about how they can understand different roles in school, and just to help them at any point with different items that they may want to be doing, such as being the pupil premium lead, being a school-wide change maker, a wonderful course with our Australian colleagues, being an effective coach or mentor, understanding how to be Senko, etc., etc., etc. There's a range of courses that you can pick from there, which all help your ability to grow, develop, and lead. And then lastly, we have the Safer School series, which is, as you're probably well aware of, some of the items that are almost compulsory in what we do and what we have. So you can understand safeguarding, learning difficulties, eating disorders, a range of items there. Now, that is the range of courses we have, but I just want to show you quickly how it integrates with our system. So if you watch our first video, you know that I was making this item here, which this would be the school stuff, school items that you make yourself. But where you want to, where you need to, where you can, is if you create a subject. Instead of creating subjects as we did to kind of create bespoke things for your school, you can simply import one of our subjects. So I'll come to here, and let's say I want to add something onto my portal, and I'm going to add the developing skills as a secondary school teacher. I can import that. And within a few seconds, you see it's the whole course with all the interactive questions, all the videos, everything is brought in immediately. Now, you can't edit this. Obviously, why would you? Because obviously it's a fully developed course, but you can let it come in and live under there. But let's say you wanted to make something more bespoke. So say I was going to make now create a subject, and I wanted like a TA to teacher. And say there was a range of courses that I wanted to have that lived under that umbrella. You know, I want to make my own course. So I'll start with the TA to teacher, and so my first one might be something that I'm making myself, and this might be introduction, or maybe probably be better, I'd put induction, and that would be the first item that I want in there, and obviously I'd populate that course, as you may have seen in the last video. Now, the second item I want is I would like them to maybe think about how they're becoming a TA. So that my induction is done, but I know that Guide has a course for TA. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to import the subject for the TA. So I'm just going to go and find that one, developing as a teaching assistant. But of course, I don't want that to sit separate here. What I want it to do is I want it to sit as part of my courses, because I want it to sit under my TA to teacher route. So what I'm going to do is I create an alias for that. So I'm going to go, the alias for that is going to be TA development, or I can obviously call it the same thing that I have as well. I'm just going to put that there, TA development. and I'm going to select the subject I want it for. And as you see, because I've brought in developing as a teaching assistant, it's there for me. I'll bring that in, I'll save it, and now you can see it actually lives in that bundle, or lives in that node. It sits under there. So you can have our courses as a standalone on their own, or you can have them within and under your own heading. So you can really start to place our content amongst your own content. And just to show you that, whether you're doing it alongside or with, etc., etc., etc. If I go there to TA to teacher, you'll see that I can go to the TA development and induction, and obviously induction won't have any courses, but TA development does, because that is ours. And you see, all it really does is give you a redirect to our course. But again, your staff, or the people that you want to be following through with those items, they will follow through with it as you have set that course. So hopefully that gives you an idea on some of the qualifications we have, and in the range obviously that we have, and hopefully I've shown you as well how it sits alongside what we do. Now, answering and supporting and sharing in private groups and the multiple ways of demonstrating understanding, that's all to do with our interactivity, which I'm going to touch upon a little more when we look at assess and support in the next video. I hope you join me there. Many thanks.